What is going on, fellow Square Gamers? It's your boy GamedayJay from over at the Square Gamer. And guys, let me tell you something. The month of May is going to be loaded. I mean, absolutely loaded with incredible games. But I handpicked 6 to keep your eye on in May that I think that it'll be worth the investment. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is my top 6 games releasing in May 2017. See you inside. So the first game that we got, guys, is Guardians of the Galaxy. It's coming out May 5th, and something to note that it's coming out right alongside the film. So anyone that's played a Telltale game in the past, you know how this goes. It's narrative driven. It's more of an interactive story than it is a video game. And anyone that's played a Telltale game in the past, you know that the games like to crash and they're pretty janky. So hopefully Telltale can get it right this time around with Guardians of the Galaxy. And that's the first game to keep your eye on this month, guys. The next game coming out is also releasing on May 5th, and it's Bethesda Studios' newest game, Prey. Now, why they chose to choose the name Prey is beyond me. It's not a spiritual successor to the Prey before it. The Prey from back in the day has nothing to do with this new Prey. No character, no story, none of it. You definitely don't need to play the first Prey to play this new Prey. Things to note, this game will take place on a space station in outer space. And basically, while you're aboard this space station, there's weird aliens aboard the ship that, you know, are trying to kill you. And you can mimic things in the environment to disguise yourself from the enemy. So if you see a fire hydrant, you can quickly turn into a fire hydrant. And so that's basically the game's hook. It looks really interesting. I'm really curious to see what the sales for this game will be like. I haven't seen a huge marketing push behind it, but it is Bethesda, so it does have its you know, huge core fan base. So I'm curious to see how that does commercially. I'm pretty interested in it. Not sure if I'm gonna grab it yet. I'm probably gonna do a wait and see approach and see what it gets on Metacritic. But yes, that's May 5th, guys. Now the next game I want to talk about, guys, it comes out May 16th, and it's called Farpoint. Something very, very notable is this is a VR compatible game for PSVR only. So it's an exclusive title to the PSVR, and it's the first real promise of like a AAA shooter in the VR space. PlayStation is even packaging it with their new peripheral, so it basically makes it to where you mount the Move controller inside a little cradle, so it kind of mimics like you shooting like an SMG. It looks cool. It takes place on, like, I want to say it's Mars. It's some kind of alien planet. It looks really cool, and I think that if it does well, this could be huge for PSVR. And I think it's kind of like, you know, it's going to be one of those games that are going to kind of help make or break the momentum that the PSVR's had. It sold better than Sony has anticipated. I think they're up to almost 1.5 million units sold, somewhere around that ballpark. So this could be huge for Sony. I definitely have my eye on it. If it does well, it may encourage me to go pick up a PSVR, which I have not yet. So hopefully this title lives up to the hype. Now the next game I want to talk about, guys, also comes out May 16th, and it is Injustice 2. This game looks super rad. I am not into fighters by any stretch of the imagination. I grew up getting my butt kicked by my brother-in-law and all the the Super Street Fighter games and stuff like that. You know, when I get on these fighters, I just get my butt kicked, and I usually avoid them. But Injustice 2 looks way too good. It has so many awesome characters in it, from Superman to Batman. There's a rumor that Jared Leto's Joker is going to be in there, because at GameStop they got promotional items to help sell the game, which is literally golds that go over your grill. So that's pretty wild. But you know, Flash is in there, Green Lantern's in there. The kill animations seem really interesting. The game's visuals, oh man, it looks incredible. It makes Mortal Kombat 10 look like garbage. So that is definitely, if you're into the fighter genre and you love superheroes, this is a no-brainer. So keep an eye out for that one, guys. The next game I want to talk about is Rime. Now, I don't know very much about this game. I'm going to be really honest up front about that. But screenshots that I've seen of the game, like the art style looks incredible. It shows this character that you know, is chilling on a cliff, and the vista is just like goes on forever. Bright poppy colors. This is a smaller game, so this isn't a AAA game, but I wanted to include it because I think it's going to end up being a very important game. It kind of gives me like a Journey vibe, if anyone's played the Journey. It kind of gives me that vibe, you know, with the creative art style that it has, and just like the vistas that you see and the visuals you see. So I'm very curious to see if it has that same commercial success. It could be our next Journey, guys, and I know a lot of you have probably played that game, and I played it, and holy crap, not usually my typical type of game, but geez, that's like a once-in-a-generation type of game. So hopefully this game is akin to what the Journey was, and again, that's Rime on May 26th, so keep your eyes out for that one. And finally, guys, it's been a long-awaited game for myself. This was crowdfunded on Kickstarter, and when it launches on May 26th, it is going to be launching with multiplayer only. And then sometime this summer, they're going to release some type of campaign. So that's something to note off the bat. But you know, Friday the 13th, I'm a huge Jason fan. I love slasher films. This game looks super radical. Like, we haven't had a Friday the 13th game since, I want to say, the original NES. I could be wrong about that. If I am, feel free to blast me in the comments. But the way this game's going to work is you either play as one of the survivors, and it has like different classes like jock and nerd and, you know, the preppy cheerleader, and whoever you spawn in as, they have their own unique abilities. And basically what you're trying to do is make it off of the map by finding these key things on the map to either start a truck and drive away, or find like a motor so you can ride the boat out of there. And you have to work with everybody in order to achieve these goals. And a really cool hook to it is you can spawn in as Jason, and you get to kind of hide on the map, and like you're invisible until you start to attack. And then it, you know, once you get in an attack range, you reveal yourself. The kill animations are so brutal. If you have kids, do not let them play this game, because you know, just Google Friday the 13th game like kill cam or whatever, and you're gonna see decapitations, heads being bashed into the side of walls, you know, just all kinds of craziness. But if you're into slasher films and you're into Friday the 13th, this game seems to live up to the world and the lore of Jason. You know, the map really gives you that Camp Crystal Lake vibe. I'm not sure if they actually call it that, but that's definitely what it's alluding to. But that's my most anticipated game coming out for the month of May. Guys, these are 6 really interesting games. We got fighters on there. We got Bethesda's new Prey game, which is open world. We got Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy launching with the film. I'm interested to see if they can clean up, you know, their problems that they've had with those games in the past. And Friday the 13th looks dope. And Rime, man, like, I hope that they're able to have some success with that game, because it looks interesting. But I hope you guys appreciate this video. Here at the Square Gamers, we're going to try to start pumping these out every month as like that month's buyer's guide and like games to keep an eye on. So thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe, help out the small channel. We'd appreciate that greatly. And if you make similar content and you want us to check it out, you know, shout out your channel in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.